Have you ever felt a chill when approaching a door? This story reveals the mystery behind a haunted door. Curiosity grew, and I decided to investigate. As I turned the knob, an unsettling creak filled the air. The room inside was dark, filled with shadows and whispers. Suddenly, the door slammed shut, sealing my fate. Watch till the end to uncover the secrets behind. I stood before the door, its warped wood splintered and gray, like it drank the life from the forgotten town around it. A chill crawled up my spine, sharp and unyielding, as if the air itself warned me to turn back. Locals called it cursed, whispering of lost souls trapped inside, but no one dared speak more. I, a journalist chasing stories to escape my own failures, felt drawn to its mystery, like a moth to a dying flame. My editor, Clara, had scoffed when I pitched the idea, calling it a waste of time. But my friend Leo, always chasing thrills, egged me on, his grin daring me to uncover the truth. That night, under a moonless sky, I faced the door alone, my flashlight trembling in my hand. The town was silent, its empty streets choked with fog that clung like a second skin. The door loomed in a crumbling shack at the edge of Willow's End, a place no one visited anymore. I reached for the rusted knob, my fingers hesitating as whispers seeped through the cracks. What's behind it? I thought. I twisted the knob, and the door creaked open, a sound like bones grinding. A gust of icy wind hit me, smelling of damp earth and something sour, like regret. I stepped forward, flashlight cutting through the dark, revealing a room of shadows that seemed to writhe. Inside, the air grew heavy, pressing against my chest. The walls were bare, but the shadows moved, flickering without a source. I shouldn't be here, I thought, but my feet carried me deeper. My flashlight caught something, a mirror, cracked and clouded, leaning against the far wall. I approached, and my reflection stared back, but its eyes were wrong, hollow, unblinking. I froze as the whispers grew louder, forming words. You opened it. I spun around, but the door slammed shut behind me, the sound echoing like a coffin lid. I lunged for the door, yanking the knob, but it wouldn't budge. My phone, useless in this dead town, showed no signal. The whispers turned to laughter, low and cruel, circling me like predators. I backed away, my flashlight shaking, and saw shadows peel from the walls, forming shapes, hands, faces, eyes. They're alive, I realized, my breath hitching. I shouted, "Who are you?" But the laughter only grew, mocking my voice. Then, silence fell, heavy and wrong, and a single whisper hissed. Stumbled back, my foot catching on something soft. I aimed my flashlight down and saw a child's shoe, small and tattered, lying alone. My mind raced. Locals spoke of a girl who vanished here decades ago, her name lost to time. Is she here? I wondered, my heart twisting. I forced myself to move, searching for an exit, when the mirror glowed, its surface rippling like water. I approached, drawn despite my fear, and saw not my reflection but images, flashes of a girl crying, a man screaming, a fire consuming a family. I gasped, stepping back, and the images shifted to my memories, my failures, my lies. The room spun, the air growing colder, tighter. I clutched my head, trying to block the visions, but they burned behind my eyes. I have to get out, I thought, my voice a whimper. I scanned the room and spotted a window, its glass cracked but intact, high on the wall. I dragged a rotting crate beneath it, my hands trembling as the whispers screamed, "You can't leave." I climbed, the crate creaking under my weight, and pushed the window. It stuck. The shadows surged closer, their cold fingers brushing my skin. I shoved harder, and the window gave way, moonlight spilling in. I hoisted myself up, scraping my arms on the jagged frame, and tumbled onto the grass outside. The whispers turned to shrieks, fading as I scrambled to my feet. I ran, not looking back, until the shack was a speck in the fog. And my chest heaved, my body shaking. But I was alive. I collapsed against a tree, the door's curse still echoing in my mind. What was that place? I wondered, knowing I'd never return. Days later, I sat in my apartment trying to write the story, but my hands shook too much. Clara called, demanding the article, but I couldn't speak of it. Leo texted, joking about my ghost hunt, unaware of the truth. I stared at my notebook, where I'd sketched the door, its image burned into my mind. Then, late at night, I heard it, a faint creak, like the door, coming from my closet. I froze, my heart racing, and saw a shadow move behind the door. It followed me, I realized, my breath catching. I grabbed a flashlight and approached the closet, my hands slick with sweat. The creak came again, louder, deliberate. I yanked the door open, expecting darkness, but found only clothes and boxes. Yet the air felt wrong, heavy with that same sour smell. I backed away, locking the closet, and shoved a chair against it. Sleep never came that night. Every sound felt like a threat. I knew then, some doors, once opened, never truly close. Weeks passed, but the fear lingered, a shadow in my mind. I avoided dark rooms, jumped at every creak, and dreamed of that mirror, its images replaying. I researched Willow's End, finding scraps of history, a family lost in a fire, a girl who vanished, a town cursed by grief. The door, they said, trapped their pain, their souls, and I'd let it out. I burned my notebook, hoping to forget, but the whispers followed, faint but real. I thought it was over, I told myself, but deep down, I knew better. I moved cities, changed jobs, but the door's shadow clung to me. One night, I woke to a knock, slow and deliberate, from my front door. I checked the peephole, nothing but darkness. I didn't open it, but the knocking grew louder, shaking the walls. I hid, praying it would stop, and eventually it did. But as I sat in silence, I heard a whisper from within. You can't escape. I realized then some secrets, once touched, claim you forever.
Thank you for coming on this journey with me. If you've ever had an experience like this, tell me about it in the comments. I'd really like to know that I'm not the only one. And if you want to see more content, hopefully much more terrifying content, please like this video and subscribe. Stay safe out there.